Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another predictions video, and in today's video I'm going to be predicting the Faze Temper versus KSI fight. If you are new around here though and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you're doing a like the video, and let's get straight into it. So what I normally do with these kind of YouTube cards, I don't just speak about the main card and break that down. I speak about the whole bill and who I think will win each individual fight. And so we're going to start off with the first fight of the night, that being Ordway versus Brook, in which I think Ordway will win. I will only do kind of the via what for the main event fight, but I think Ordway will win this fight. I think obviously Brooke's got the more experience in the ring, but her last fight, it wasn't really anything special, and the opponent wasn't really amazing either. And to be fair, you can't really expect any kind of crazy fights, but I think Ordway from the kind of sparring, and obviously you can look good in pads and stuff like that, and the pads work she has been showing, she looks very good and she looks very composed, and I think she'll be able to win. She looks technically better than Brooke, and obviously that doesn't always matter because you got to be able to kind of have the dog in you, in somewhat would say. But I think Ordway will win this one. I think it'll be a bit of a close fight, but I think Ordway will be able to win. Moving on now to Taylor versus Virgo. In this fight, I think Taylor will win. I think he's got more of a motive to win from. I mean, if you've seen any of the things that's been going on today with the press conferences and all of that, he seems very, very motivated to win. And I think his style, he speaks a lot about his kind of peekaboo style, but it's good, it's impressive, and there's not really many other fighters which, especially at his level, that you can see being able to kind of throw like that and do that kind of style. It's a tough style to be able to master, and so if he can work that well and get Virgo where he wants to be and where he wants him to be, and I think Taylor will be able to win that fight. Moving on now to Taylor versus Swarms. This fight is most likely the complete opposite to the previous fight, but I think it will be a bit of a dogfight. You kind of hope it'd be a dogfight. I hope that Swarms is up for it and wants to be able to throw hands and prove why he is prove that he is a good fighter, and that KSI thing was just a big kind of, I suppose it's just because he had like little training and all of that, but I mean he's lost a lot of weight, and I'm pretty sure he'll be eager to show that he wants to prove himself. But Taylor, I did like the way that he fought against Slim. I thought it was a great fight, and I think he shows that he can really go toe to toe with a good fighter. And obviously his technical ability isn't crazy, but his kind of mindset to just keep on going is very impressive. And so I think that Taylor will be able to win this fight, and people have been saying Swarms and stuff like that. I don't know if that's more for a joke or anything, but I think Taylor will be able to win this fight. Moving on now to Salt Pappy versus Bruckner, and I think this is probably arguably one of the best fights of the night. It is a seemingly very close matchup, and so I think that Salt Pappy will win just because I think his technical ability, obviously you didn't get to see loads of it in that previous fight because of how quickly he got his opponent out, but his technical ability, and I believe he's been around the kind of boxing scene for longer as well, and I think he's got more in him to prove it, to kind of show, and I think his ability is still yet to be fully seen, and I think after this fight everybody will know how good he really is. But I don't think this will be an easy fight. I think Bruckner will be a very tough test for him, and obviously he managed to get a good win in the last time out in the America Misfits card, but I think Salt Pappy is a bit too much of a step up for him right now, and I still think he'll be a good contender in that kind of YouTube boxing scene, but just for the moment I think Salt Pappy is on a different level and will be able to win this fight. Moving on now to Slim versus Zanetti, and so this fight I think will be a closer fight than what everybody's kind of looking at. I see Zanetti as a similar kind of fighter to Taylor, with that kind of obviously inner anger in him and wanting to prove that he is there for a reason, and I think he is a skilled fighter. Obviously he did look impressive on pads, not crazily good but impressive, and Slim, I mean of course he has been around this kind of boxing scene for kind of the whole time now, and he is in the prime of his career arguably now, and is showing his ability to a high level, and so I think if you can win this fight, it'll put him at one of the highest levels of YouTube boxing. I don't really think there's and there'll be many people much better than him in the kind of YouTube boxing scene, and yeah, he should get a massive fight if he wins this one. But yeah, I think he will win it. I think because Slim fought Taylor, and it was obviously not going to be the same, but I think similar kind of style with the come forward kind of aggressive style, and I think trying to kind of bully him, I think he will. And so, but I think Slim obviously got through that with Taylor, and I think he'll be able to get through this with this fight. But I think it'll be a very close fight, and a very tough fight as well, like the Taylor fight was for Slim. But yeah, I believe that he will be able to win this one. Moving on now to the main event, which is KSI versus Faze Temper, of course. And so, obviously, this was meant to be KSI Dylan Dennis. Dylan Dennis pulled out. Kind of everybody expected it. It's a shame, really, but it means Faze Temper's in. It's not really the best of backup opponents I could have seen. I mean, I don't think Joe Fournier could have fought. I did speak that I would have liked to see him fight KSI, but I don't think he could have, because I think he was meant to be on this card, I believe, but I think something happened with him. But yeah, I think there might have been better options. I mean, Slim could have been an option if they wanted to move him up. King Kenny could have been an option if they wanted to give him a shot. But, you know, it's here. And I don't hate Faze Temper as a fighter, because I think he is a skilled fighter and is going to be a tough fight for KSI. But I think that KSI will win via TKO in round 3. I think it'll be a tough fight. The first couple of rounds will be close, but I think KSI's power and his kind of aggressiveness will be able to break down Faze Temper's kind of rangy jab, and will be able to get him to win. And then, I mean, hopefully KSI then goes on to a big fight. There's loads of options he's got after this, but yeah, we'll have to just wait and see what happens. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Like the video if you didn't, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.